This video is on the black pill and avoiding negative mindset and negative people. Now, there's been a thing on the internet I've seen where there's like a Morpheus reference from a movie called The Matrix. Where they talk about the red pill and the blue pill, and some people are now doing a black pill, which I feel like is a bit of a mockery on the whole movie in general, because the whole point was to escape the Matrix, but people are living inside the Matrix by following different pills and thinking, oh, the world is all doom and gloom. But no, the world is not doom and gloom. You need to surround yourself with positive people with a positive outlook on life. If you have friends that are positive and have people, that family and friends that actually support you, it's a good balance. Now, people who are negative or people who say that you can't do things, you need to cut those people out of your life, because you need people that are positive and actually will reinforce a good, happy mindset. They've actually done clinical studies on people that have a negative thoughts are more likely to get depression and 23% more likely to get anxiety. So you don't want anxiety or depression. You want to be around positive people who have a positive outlook on life. Now, the first way you can do this is to try to get off Instagram and get off following accounts that push like negative mindset of, oh, if you're short, you can't get a girlfriend, or if you're this, you can't do this, or oh, if you're from this race or this background, you can't do this. And you can't let anyone stop your mindset. You need to actually be able to control your mindset and actually be around more positive people. Now, the whole concept of you can't do the right thing or you can't do this, so then you say, oh, well, I can't even try, and I might not try because, if I try and I fail, what's the point? But in life, there will always be day and night. There will always be black and white. There will always be sun and rain. It's part of life. You can't go through life always thinking that in life you're going to have a positive outlook on everything. Yes, there will be negative days or days where you can feel sad, and that is perfectly fine and normal. You're allowed to feel sad, you're allowed to feel your emotions, and you're allowed to actually be sad. But do not ever say that you're depressed. Do not ever say that you can't do things, because you can do whatever you want. The body and the mind of a human is actually incredible. And you got to think, for you to be able to survive here, your ancestors and people in your life had to go through battles and had to go through things in order for them to survive, for them to recreate and then have you. So when you're watching this video right now, you clicked on this video for a specific reason. You didn't have to watch this video. I didn't force you to watch this video. But if you're watching this video right now, then you got to actually comment on how you're feeling and how to make yourself feel better, or if this video actually improved your life or actually had a positive outlook on your situation in the world. And it doesn't matter where you live, it doesn't matter your background, where you come from. You got to understand that in the world, if you have a dream and you have a destiny and you have a mindset and you want to do things in the world, you will be able to do them. You have to set realistic goals for yourself. So instead of saying I want $1 million by the end of the year, say I want $1 million in 7 years, and I'm going to do this, this, and this in order to achieve that. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So if you break down your goals, let's say you say I want to have a six-pack body. Instead of saying that, you could say I'm going to do a little bit of exercise every single day in order to achieve that. I'm going to eat a little bit less junk food every single day in order to achieve it. You know what I mean? Or, oh, I'm going to cut out my negative friends. But by doing that, that will actually be able to give you more free time to actually be positive. Like I said, I had a friend in school called Oscar who told me that your YouTube channel won't get to 1,000 subscribers. He said 1,000 people are going to watch you. And now it's almost on 2,000 subscribers. So this was what I'm saying. I had to cut him out my life. But shout out to him, but I had to cut him out my life because, like I said, when it comes to negative people, you can't have people who are going to stop your progress. You've got to keep the train moving forward. There's rails on the track. God gives you the rails and you've got to keep moving forward. And you've got to keep looking at how to be positive and how to keep the train moving forward. And this is what I'm trying to say. When it came to the 9 to 5 video I was speaking about, I was just trying to say that you got to look, like, broaden your horizon on your job opportunities or what you can achieve in life. When I talk about advice on fashion, I'm trying to elevate your style so that you can actually dress better, look better, and feel more confident. The videos that I make on YouTube should be used as promotion to actually motivate you to do better and actually follow the guidelines that I've given you, and not just be able to just watch. Yes, you should watch the videos, but then you should actually apply the knowledge, because a lot of people will watch motivational videos on YouTube but won't actually apply it. They'll watch the video and then think, oh, okay, cool. But then 10 minutes later, they'll go back to scrolling on TikTok. That's not the point of the video. The point of the video is to watch the actual content and then apply those skills that you've learned from the video into your actual life and actual, outcome. So The next point I'd like to talk to is the whole black pill incel culture of, oh, you can never get a girlfriend, or oh, people won't like you because of this. It's all a bunch of nonsense, because these people haven't actually gone out and actually tried to approach women, or actually tried to go on dates, or actually tried to actually go to different countries and approach different women from different cultures. Because sometimes, let's say you're someone, you're good looking, and you think in your head you're not good looking because of the area, you're not getting girls in that area. There's a whole world of women, there's a whole world full of people. There is someone in the world that will like you. Doesn't matter who that is, but you haven't found that person yet. It's the same when you go shopping for a car. You could go to a dealership and be looking for a BMW, but if that's an Audi dealership, you're not going to find a BMW. If you go to McLaren and you're trying to find a Ferrari, it's not going to happen. So it's the same. You have to shop around. You have to shop for what you want when it comes to cars, or when it comes to your job, or when it comes to women, or whatever you want in life. You actually have to experiment. You actually have to try different things, because the first thing that you try may not work. It's the same with cooking. You could cook a meal and it might not taste good, but you think those chefs, when you go to a restaurant and you eat the food in the restaurant, that their first meal was amazing? They might have burnt their first meal. Their first meal might be raw. You don't know, but they tried their craft, and now they're at these restaurants, and now you can go to a Michelin restaurant and you're trying their food and you're trying this gourmet meal and it tastes really good. It's because of the love and the effort, the time and appreciation they put into making that meal. That meal took time to bake in the oven, and that's what you got to do with your life. Is you got to look at life like, right now I'm just on my graph. Right now you're just cooking, and once the meal is ready, it will be good. And that's what you got to look at, like life, like as a metaphor. You got to look at life as the world keeps turning, the world keeps moving. You know what I'm trying to say? And you really got to look at it like you cannot give up in life and look at life like, oh, this is bad thing. We had a World War One and a World War Two, and countries were able to rebuild the entire countries after being bombed and destroyed. They were able to rebuild the entire country, entire cities, after it had gone wrong. And this is what I'm trying to say. If those countries gave up, we wouldn't have all the infrastructure and all the technology and the trains and the things that we have now are because that these people were resilient and didn't give up and just say, oh, I'm not going to be able to do it because of this reason, or I can't be able to do it because of this reason. You got to actually get yourself out there and actually be able to do whatever you want to do. Like I said, if you're really good at sports, go for that MBA, go for it. If you're good at playing chess, join a championship league and actually play chess competitively. Like, actually push yourself into whatever genre, whatever topic, or whatever thing that you're good at, and actually apply the skill and actually have the business mindset of, I'm going to do this, I'm going to have this. And once you have that skill and you have that sort of passion, you can go for anything you want in life. And this is what I'm saying, that right now, as I'm recording this video in 2025, my YouTube channel has 1,700 subscribers. By the end of the year, it will get to 10,000 subscribers. And this is my point, that by pushing yourself forward and constantly posting or constantly putting yourself out there, there's no reason why you can't get a girlfriend. It doesn't matter where you come from or how you look. There's no reason why you can't achieve what you want to achieve. You understand? If you study hard, let's say you want to study hard and you want to go into the medical field. If you study hard and you study the human body, you will get into the medical field. There will always be a need for doctors. There will always be a need for lawyers. Even when it comes to the whole AI and, oh, AI will take over, but you could build the robots. This is my point, that you always got to look at moving the needle forward, moving the first. It's always like one step, and then you can run the marathon. You understand? So I really hope that you enjoyed this video and take my motivational advice and you actually follow it, and you don't get blackpilled and you don't get into the doom and gloom mindset. All right. Anyways, my name's Chris, and I really hope you enjoyed this video.